Hey guys, this is Xboxduelist bringing you just a little gameplay video of Champion of Justice Project Ascension Season 7 Melee Healer. Had to go through a few groups already. We've had some people leave, had the server reset on us. So right now we've got a couple other videos made for this exact topic. I'm just gonna get this one done, get the last of my dungeon dailies done because I took all of today's dungeons, ran through them all, and generated a video while I did them. So I'm gonna look through those. I might release them all, might just release a couple, might only release one. But for now, we're just gonna do get you guys some gameplay, and yeah. What kind of healer are you? Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. I like that this dude's instantly inspecting me. Instantly inspecting me. So what kind of healer are you? You only have 4k mana. Don't worry about it. Don't fucking worry about it. How about that? So we're just going to hit this guy. So we still have our buff from the last pull, which typically means this pull is going to go a lot easier than the last. Because something you're going to notice in dungeons, and that's a really important part of this. If you want to play this build, you're going to have to do dungeons, obviously. Dungeons are your hardest content. The reason for that is because when you lose your buff, the next pull you effectively don't do any healing. Whenever you don't do that much healing, obviously things are a little bit scary. So we're just gonna have to get in here, get some big heals off on our tank. I like what I've developed. What I've found is probably the best way to go about it. Is you go in. So whenever you don't have your buff, you need to charge in. You charge in. You hit a Judgment, Crusader Strike, or a Crusader Strike, and then a Judgment, and then you need to hard cast a Holy Light. That Holy Light's going to probably pick up most of the damage that your tank is taking. So we go in, we hit those, we back up, hard cast a Holy Light, we save him from damage, and then we hit a Circle of Healing. So they're kind of, so if you guys saw the chats, what they've been saying, they're kind of excited about the healing. And I'll bust it out. I'm like, yo, I'm the guy who pioneered it. I'm that boy. But so yeah, even then, like right now, we've been getting mana burned. Doesn't matter. We've been sitting here, so this is a positive of the build. So far I've talked about the downside of the build is that you can get, the ramp up is scary, but managing it properly is the trick. And my belief on it, and somebody could come out with something better than me, and if they do, that'd be great if they did. But the trick is, and we're gonna pop a rune here, get everybody, make sure we don't run out of mana. But for the most part, I mean, obviously, if you get mana burned multiple times and they completely zero your mana, you're in trouble. But any healer's in trouble if that happens. But with you can eat consistent, not bursty, not overwhelming, but you can eat consistent mana burns and be completely okay. Because you regenerate so much mana, it doesn't matter. You will find in Lbrs the upcoming pulls are the hardest. So we've got this is a really tough section for melee healers, because there's typically there's a really big downtime here. So we're just gonna go ahead and pull this guy, make it easier on us and the tank, because if we lose our buff, things get bad. So we don't lose the buff, we go ahead and hit something, which if the tank says anything, explain it, I'm sure they will understand. Which right now we've been healing, actually we haven't been healing the tank, we've been healing another player, because they have the boss's aggro and not the tank. But thanks to our target of target macro, makes it very easy to protect that person. We don't have to swap targets, we don't have to look at anything. We're just hitting the boss, we're hitting something, and they're getting healed because our target macro is making it to where they're getting hit by whatever we're hitting, or they're getting healed by whatever we're hitting. So works out really nicely. So we just we keep on moving. We keep on moving. We really don't want to lose this buff. We're very and the tank will understand, because if we lose that buff, things get hard. That's the only way to put it. If we lose that buff, things get very hard. Which we got polymorph, but since we're in melee range, it got broke. But our boy Word had aggro, so he got dropped. There we go. We just top our tank up over and over and over again. I really wish some of these Spire Stone wards would die. Hopefully this polymorph gets broken, which it does. We're just gonna spam some heals here, get our guy topped up. But you guys see, we haven't had to stop. We haven't had to stop this whole time. And because we kept our buff up, we're good to go. And we kick our own polymorphs. So things are going really well right now. Right now, so a problem you're going to run into is you'll have tanks take a lot of extra damage from casters sometimes. So that can be kind of scary. Okay, we didn't lose our buff. Didn't lose our buff, that's the important part. You lose that buff, you're in trouble. Poor Word, he keeps dying. He keeps dying because he keeps taking aggro. And there's actually a stun here, if you didn't notice that. Those guys do a stun. And the problem is, our tank is getting annihilated. Alright, we're gonna get topped up. Alright, so you saw there, we did lose our DPS a couple times Word, so he'll take aggro. And our tank is taking a decent bit of damage from these guys, so sometimes your DPS just gotta wait on a circle of healing. So if you're healing and they're just getting pwned, you've gotta, you just gotta keep the, you gotta get the guy up, or you gotta just heal your tank. So yeah, let's just, we'll go on to the next boss. Really want to kill the Mystic, so we're going to open this pool up with an Exorcism. We're going to kick that. Why do I not have any target? Well, what's going on here? Sometimes you got to be careful with target-to-target macros, so like just now there, so I talked about this in another video, sometimes the targets in this game, so if you use a target-to-target macro, which means your heals hit the target of whatever you are targeting. So if your target is targeting the tank, it causes all of your heals to hit the tank, so it makes it really easy for doing DPS and healing at the same time. So what's really important is sometimes you got to be able to realize, hey, my heals aren't going off for some reason. I've got to just click this guy and heal him, or whatever buttons you got to do. Where I play on a controller, sometimes it's kind of clunky. But yeah, was greed. That's Spire Stone. Is he pulling this guy? I guess he is. Oh shit. So this might be a wipe actually, because I got to hard heal this guy. Just need a crit. Just need a crit to get him topped up. Alright, so we got our buff. So there, you guys see how we just had to kind of hard cast to sustain our tank? Give us a second to give us some time to get our buffs up. So that's what we did there. And as you can see, we saved him. We lost a lot of mana for it, but we're okay. So sometimes when there's a kind of a sneaky pull by somebody, you've just gotta adjust. You know, you've got to hard cast sometimes and save him. Some dungeons you can get away with that, other dungeons you can't. This time we were able to get away with it. which is nice because in the video it looks really good. We'll top up everybody here. Swift Dart Boots, those are kind of nice. Alright, we move on. So yeah, we managed to get through that section with minimal deaths. So yeah. Moving on. And the group is, they saw my low mana, 4k mana obviously, but they soon realized that it is the real deal. So that's one of the hardest sections in the whole dungeon. If you get past that section, you're fine. A couple sections in Stratholme are a little bit scary, but no, we weathered that pretty well. Because now you can see, so I got Polly. What do I have? What do I have aggro from? So we have some extra stuff getting pulled right now. So we had a pet pull, and oh, I got mana burned, but it's all right. I had a judgment go off, so that means I have enough mana to get one last heal out for the group. Guess what? We got another judgment come out, so we're fine. So you guys saw how I was. Oh, you can't really see it from there because I have my my UI's in the way. But I'm at 0 mana, and I was able to keep playing and keep everybody healed up. So, and since I have my buff still, we can pull into the next group even though I have 0 mana. And we're gonna put, what's it called, Beacon of Light on Word, because he gets aggro sometimes, which I should have done earlier. I really should have done that earlier because that would have saved him a lot of deaths, so I'm gonna have to tell him sorry after this. Hopefully we can keep the buff into this room, which we have 4 seconds on it, which we managed to keep it. Hopefully we don't get kicked by anything, because right now the tank's taking some decent damage. We've got an instant cast Flash of Light we can hit him with. I think the targeted Station Ace there for a second. We still got our buff. So what I've noticed, guys, is ever since I made those first few videos, more people are becoming aware of the Paladin melee healer, which is really awesome, by the way. That really makes me feel good. You know, to have kind of an impact on the community a little bit. Just, that would be nothing major, but just, you know, some people, if making the video means that somebody got to find another avenue to play the game through that they might really enjoy, that's pretty cool. This tank is taking a lot of damage though. Alright. So we're actually going to take a second drink here. We're low on health, we're low on mana, we're just going to take a second to drink. Which, we actually only have 4.2k mana, but we've only had to drink one time this whole dungeon, so keep that in mind. That's pretty big. Pretty big. Alright, we got our full mana. We're going to peel on out of this room. No Pat coming, we're good. Doing alright so far, boys. So Word gets the beacon. And I actually just messed up my rotation there. If you start the pull with Judgment, you're messing up. If you start a pull with Judgment, that gives you like an extra 2 seconds until you can get your 3-stack buff, which can be your 3, because 3 stacks is the most important. If you get your 3 stacks, no one dies most of the time. You know, obviously there's exceptions where somebody pulls aggro and they get 2-tap by the boss. But for the most part, you can pretty much, if you have stacks, you're fine. So it's really important that you get max stacks. Once I'm out of this poly, you know what? We're gonna ice block this off. Save our people. No need to wait and worry about a wipe. Just poly it, or ice block it off. Problem solved. Okay, so hopefully I don't lose my. Yeah, I won't lose my buff here. Oh, I got poly again. And I actually, so where that was, so I got burned too. I also got mana burned. That sucks. Hey, we did it. So there I got burned and polyed. But you guys are able to, so you can't really see my mana, but even though I got mana burned all the way down to 0, is there any way I can turn this? I really want to just move this thing. There we go. Try zone overlay. Hide it. There we go. So now that works. Try zone overlay. That's what we got to do. There we go. There we go. So I can turn that off. There we go. I fiddled with that earlier today and I couldn't figure it out. But there we go. So now you can see my health and my buffs a little bit easier. So there we go. Sorry about that. Oh shit. Poly. So I'm going to Judgment out of this. Maybe save our tank. Oh, of course that pulls aggro. There we go. We recovered. We recovered. Shit is stressful. So yeah, that is something that you will notice. You will get hit by crowd control. Just a little bit extra, a little bit more than normal, because you're in melee range, so just got to be aware of that. But that's why you take abilities like Divine Shield, Ice Block, and Blink, and Berserker Rage, just things you can use to get out of it. Let me drink. So the tank just messaged me and asked what REs I was running. I just told him, he asked me what REs I was running. I was like, you're just going to have to check out the YouTube. Wait, he just, oh, check this out, guys. This is not going to help my, look. Loving the setup. You'll have to check out my YouTube. He. Oh shit, you're that guy. I saw your thing. Oh dude, I saw your thing on the Ascension Discord. Oh dude, gotta love it. Gotta love it. So right now we're just gonna probably have to hard cast. Get some heals out on my boys here. Get my buffs. Boom, big heal. Big heal. So you guys, we're getting clout, we're getting recognized. This court is driving me crazy. Once again, we're gonna beacon our boy. But you know what? Since we have the buff guys, we can just go recklessly. And if you watch the video, if you rewind there, I was able to top my whole team just now with just a single cast. We can just keep everybody nice and sustained. We can keep fighting. Our mana's not going to be an issue. We can keep hitting stuff. Boom. Just top everybody up. Don't let anything slip through. What's this do? Reduces... Oh, it crits us for damage every so often. Just top the word, and Station Ace took a little bit of damage. We'll top him up. Just charge in on this guy and get to work. Just top up Station, hold fast here real quick. And now, whenever you notice that damage is low, take some time. Don't hit Circles of Healing. Circle of Healing is really convenient, but it costs a lot of mana. Flash of Light barely costs anything. So if you find yourself on an easy pull, slow your healing down. Especially like in Mythic Plus, where if you can keep your mana up, like, because right now I'm pretty high, if you could just keep your mana up, it won't matter. And even then, you can also do bonus damage, you know, because if there's not a lot of damage going out, you can pump more. Damage, which is always nice. And we didn't lose our buff in between pulls, so we get to keep fighting. Now our tank is not getting his health raised any, so we're going to start spamming some heals on him until we get another Circle of Healing. And even then, he's still not getting healed. There he goes. Now healing's finally punching through on him. Because you guys will notice, I'm just instant casting Flashes of Lights on him thanks to the Art of War buff from Paladins. And those instant cast Flashes of Lights do a lot of healing. So we're going to top the team up here. Actually, didn't hit him. We've got a few seconds, we can spam some heals on him. There we go. Let's get a Consecration under our tank. You know what it might be doing? It might be that dang debuff. And just like that, we still have our buff. We're going to use a Flash of Light on our tank, keep him going. Just keep pumping damage. And there he goes, he's still topped. So, as you guys can see, the run's not really going that stressful. It's going fairly quickly because we're just killing everything. And we're helping do damage. All of our damage is supplementing the group and making this stuff go faster. So that's always nice. And once again, guys, it's really important that you're either communicate it with your tank, which I haven't communicated it with my tank. But it's really important that you don't lose your buff in between pulls. It can turn a normal pull into something scary that takes up a lot of mana. If it takes up a lot of mana, you gotta stop and drink, and then you gotta make another pull kind of scary. But if you keep your buff, your 3 stacks of Serving Justice from pull to pull, the build's easy. It's so enjoyable. It does so much healing. I got 2 seconds on that, but I think I'm DR'd still, so. So right now, Word is starting to get aggro, so we're going to go ahead and put a Beacon of Light on him, and he should get big healing here. There we go, we just topped him. So if you rewind the video, you'll see me heal Word for 65% of his health. And, more like 60% in just a single cast, you know? This is going to be a hard pull. Because we got ads that CC. We're going to blink out of this. So guys, it's really important. So what you'll see, like just now, you need to rewind that. You'll see that I got hit with a full crowd control effect. But because I have blink, I was able to just click a single button, get myself out of it, bail myself out, and help the group. And the nice thing is, with any other stuns that he does, they're all reduced. So you don't have to worry about anything. You just keep pumping. You already DR'd the stun with your blink. If you get hit with another full one, use an ability like bubble or like divine or I forget what it's called. Well, let's save Cooch Goblin. Don't want Cooch Goblin to die. But it's pretty easy to, as long as you have Blink or Ice Block or Divine Shield or Berserker Rage or whatever, you can pull yourself out of a lot of crowd control and save your group. Really important that you do that. Okay, we actually might lose our buff here. We didn't. If you rewind the clip, you'll see I had like 0 seconds left on it, but I flew in and was able to get it back up. And like I said in my other videos, guys, you don't lose the stacks whenever you heal. It used to work like that, but now you just keep them, which is really important because now your heals heal pretty hard, consistently. But you gotta have the buff. So if you lose that buff in a pool, things can get scary. So I have aggro right now, so I'll just get some heals on myself. Now, Adorned does not work on yourself, so keep that in mind. It's always, we'll just blink out of that stun. So if you guys rewind, you'll see that I got hit with a stun. And if I didn't have that blink, my guy, Word, the Night Elf, would have died instantly. So, because I got blink, I was able to save my boy. Lots of healing. Remember, there's guys that drop out of them, so we're gonna... Look at that, easy. Almost done, guys. We're rolling. We're going well. We're getting there done, boys. So this is going to be a scary pull. So once again, we're going to get Crusader Strike and then a Judgment off, and then we're going to hard cast a Holy Light on our guy, and then now we're good. So he's taking damage still, but we can pretty much heal him through it. I don't think this guy does a lot of damage, but go ahead and cleanse our guys a little bit. Heal on my boy. And we'll kick a blast wave, why not? We got a kick. Yeah, so it's really important that if you do play this build, try and roll a blink and try and roll a kick. If you can get one of those two, that's going to be really, you need both of them, because if you can kick certain spells, if you can stop fears and polymorphs and certain crowd control from going on you, that's, I mean, obviously it's better to never get hit by it than to mitigate it, you know? So far so good, guys. Looking good. It's also really important. You want to really try to get a warrior ability or a hunter ability that activates on your next melee attack. Reason being, those attacks can proc your AoE healing for melee attacks. Because it's not just paladin abilities. So it's Judgment and Crusader Strike to generate your healing stacks, but once you get to 3 stacks and you heal something, now your melee, any melee attack, anything, doesn't have to be paladin, any melee attack will heal that person for extra healing. So like you see whenever I hit my melee attacks, that heal is going off on the tank. I haven't healed him, so the buff went away. But you're going to see, and look for it, I'm going to hit a melee attack and people are going to get healed for additional. And it's just nice supplemental healing. Thought he was going to take him right there. And you guys see how easy this dungeon run is? I am literally not a healer. I am not in. I am completely strength geared out. But because of my build, because really just good theory crafting, I don't need mana. I mean, you can look at my health, my guy right now. I'm full mana. He's at full health, and we're fighting a mini boss right now. I mean, hell, I'm doing damage because I don't really have to worry about healing him because there's not enough damage not enough damage from this boss or mini boss, whatever. Now he's kind of hurt. Guess what? Boom, just top him up. Super fast cast. Let's see here. Iron Weave, don't need. We're gonna hit a big, nice heal on our boy. So you guys saw that, it was over like, it was like 3,500 healing in a single global on our boy Word there. And now you'll see for every melee attack we do, Word is getting healed. This guy standing right next to me, he's getting healed now because I healed him prior. And now all my melee attacks heal him. My consecration is healing him. He is solid. And I'm also getting to help do DPS, you know. And there's a nice shield for the tank. So now this room is really important that we keep the buff. So I don't like pulling for the tank, but it's really important that we do it here. And I know I'm beating that's kind of a dead horse, but it's really important that we really do, we really got to keep the buff. If you lose that buff, things get scary in a dungeon. But you can manage you can manage it. It's very manageable. It's just obviously like why it turns from easy mode to hard mode, not easy mode to kind of hard. So it's feast or famine. That's how I describe it. Very feast or famine. Lots of momentum with this build. If you lose it, it's hard to get it back. I'll also note what just happened. It might have happened really fast, so you might rewind. But thanks to the Divine Storm epic random enchant I'm taking, my Divine Storm will remove negative magic effects from me. So I got rooted, and I hit my Divine Storm, and it removed the root, which might seem minor here, but it's really important that you're able to remove roots off of you because a lot of you're a melee healer. If you're out of range of hitting something, that's not good. But you can instantly cleanse yourself, do some additional damage, and heal your teammates with a single button, and that is Divine Storm. They recently buffed Divine Storm really well, because it does double the damage. It hits 3 more targets now, which means more damage, which means more healing. Because remember, Divine Storm heals for a portion of the damage dealt, and it still counts as a melee attack for your legendary, for your AoE healing. And you might rewind that there. You'll see how big the healing was there. I was able to pick up my tank and another dude up pretty easily with just an instant cast heal. And look at that, we're still at full mana. Still completely full, no problems. We do got to be really careful here because of these bumps. So make sure that you are not facing the edge. We're going to put that on our boy. We're going to put Beacon of Light on Word because he has aggro. Should top them both up here with a big circle of healing. Hopefully we don't lose our tank here. We did lose Cooch Goblin. I'm not sure what killed Cooch Goblin. Oh, they got knocked down. That's what got him. That's why my circle of healing didn't save her. I really do think you guys should rewind this fight and really observe what happened there, because we were able to do a serious amount of healing to keep our guys up there under a lot of damage. So that felt really good. While pumping damage and killing those things. Let me get this stuff off my screen. Please get off my screen. Where is our guy? That was intense. Let's go pick him up. There we go. Picked our boy up. Easy clap. So yeah, like I said during the middle of that fight, it's important that if there's a boss that has a knockback, don't stand near an edge. Standing near the edge will get you knocked down into the scarabs, and then when the scarabs pull, we get to deal with it. But we were able to hold them off pretty well. So yeah, it's really important with this build, where it's a little bit harder to AoE heal with this consistently. If you have a guy that's holding aggro, like you can burst AoE heal really fucking easily. Not sure why I have aggro. But it's alright, we got our buff there. So I'm getting targeted, so I'm going to actually put a beacon of light on myself, so when I heal the tank, I get healed for a portion of it, so I can still stay in the fight and be okay. So yeah, your beacon of light is really useful on this. It makes it to where you can be a little bit more durable when you're getting hit. It helps you heal when there's two people taking damage. Makes you a brilliant tank healer in raids. Just really good. Man, these bumps are so obnoxious. Almost to the finish, guys. Now we're actually gonna blink in like a rude boy and hit because we don't want to lose our buff. So, and we still have 5 seconds of what's it called? So. Look at that. Top our guys up. Looking good. We got a full pull here. We're going to hit this mage, because the mage is the one that will AoE and, what's it called, chain lightning us. Oh, well, this is not good. We got to get this tank topped up. There we go. Easy. Topped him up. Life is good. Yeah, if you're trying to spam heals on somebody and then the enemy target that you're using to kind of link your heals to the guy who's to your tank, if that dude dies and you're trying to spam heals, guess what? You no longer have a target and you're not healing anything. We're going to hopefully kick this mana burn. I don't think I did. Doesn't really matter. We're just going to have to heal the crap out of our tank. And I do not suggest doing that if you do not have, okay, let's make sure we're hitting him, because if the tank has, if there's multiple people with aggro, you gotta be careful, because if you're trying to heal the target of target, but your target isn't hitting the tank, but the tank's about to eat it, guess what? Not good. Why does this guy keep bumping me? I do not want to be in front of him for those cleaves. Should have ads coming here. Oh, I got kicked. Or no, I got stunned. Where is my tank? Where is my tank? Oh, he got knocked down there. Is he trying to run back up? Oh, shit. Come here, tank. go, guys. We did it. There we go. Whew. Got her done. Let me type some. Alright, guys. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you, I really hope you enjoyed the video. But yeah, check me out on Twitch, Xboxduelist. Like and subscribe on the video. We'll see you guys in the next one. I know this is a little bit long, but I'll probably put some timestamps in it. But yeah, thanks, guys. Deuces.